welcome into First Take. Thank you for being with us. I am Molly Qerim. To my left, the one and only Christopher Mad Dog Russo and Stephen A. Smith to my right. The crew is in the building, and we got Louis Riddick.
Yes.
Hey, Lou.
Hold up. Mr. Chippendales suddenly is not rocking the silk pajama shirt, and he's got on the shirt and the tie, looking like a politician. What the hell's going on, bro?
Look, you know I got range like that. You know that. So don't act like you're shocked. I can go many different ways with this thing, but the regular season's starting.
Okay. All right. I'm just checking. I
You know
mean,
what I mean?
you stepping out right there. Okay. Usually you save that look for, for the start of the regular season. We didn't get that preseason.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't expect that, but I give you props.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a big show.
It's a big show, and all the stars are showing up. Kimberly A. Martin will be joining us, and we have one Cowboy star locked and loaded. There's a CeeDee Lamb sighting, folks. He signed a 4-year, $136 million contract extension. He then went through his first workouts with his teammates, albeit a limited one, as he works up to speed after missing more than 30 days in Oxnard, California in a holdout. CeeDee's at the mic talking about his quarterback.
You gotta look at our numbers together. They're at the top of the charts. And I have no doubt that they're going to get the deal done. And we all know that I want Dak here. Jerry wants Dak here too. So let's just get this under control, kill the speculations.
All right, we killed the speculation. Mad Dog, should Dallas want the Dak deal done now before the season starts?
Well, first off, we spent months talking CeeDee Lamb with his contract. What did he get, $36 million a year? So
Yeah.
he got $1 million less than
about 34.
So he got $1 million less than Justin Jefferson.
That's right.
So I came here with the lovely Molly.
Yeah.
You, and we spent with Louis, we spent hours and hours and hours about CeeDee Lamb. And what did your little favorite host always say? I guarantee it, by week 1, he'll be playing in Cleveland for the Cowboys.
So you're saying you're the only one that said that?
I'm the
You're the only one that said that.
I'm the
Such
only
lies.
one. No,
Such
Louis
lies.
didn't say
Well,
it.
go ahead.
You
Go ahead.
never
Now, is that what you
Please.
wanted? You
Yes,
wanted?
please.
There you go. There's the pat on the
said
back.
it, Stevie, you never did. I did. Anyway, go ahead, Louis.
No, go ahead. He'll wait
No,
till his turn. Finish your point.
Yeah,
Finish your
I'm
point.
good.
Go
I'm
ahead.
good. Go ahead, man.
That was a good point. I had to start there.
Go
It's a
finish. That
Wednesday.
ain't the only point,
We got
though.
a nice Labor Day weekend.
Is that all you
coming up.
got? All you got
Let's
for us is that you're
let's have
right?
some fun today, Stevie. A little smile, a little fun. It's not that serious. He was going to get signed. And no, I would not sign Prescott. Let him sing for his supper. If he plays great, I'm going to pay him anyway. I'll probably pay him anyway. I'll probably play him regardless. But if I'm Jerry Jones with his postseason record, I'm going to sit tight. I'll pay him on January. You know what I'll pay him?
What?
I'll pay him the day after the Super Bowl when I win it. That's when I'll pay
Oh,
him.
that's nice. Keep the stakes real high.
Yes, indeed.
Go ahead, Louis.
Why? Can I just ask this question? Like, why do we keep attaching everything that happens with Dallas simply to Dak Prescott? Like, I'll pay him after he wins a playoff game, after he wins the Super Bowl, after he takes our football team, like he's 53 guys all wrapped up.
Is that a rhetorical question, or do you want an answer? Is that a rhetorical question? Or do you want an answer?
Actually, it is rhetorical. It is rhetorical because I don't care what your answer is. You know why? Because I just don't believe it. I don't believe it. That's why. See, and this is what I'm going to say. If you go back and look at the playoff game, go back and look at the playoff game against Green Bay. Now, I understand Dak had a very rocky start, okay? I get it. Do you remember what Jordan Love did to that vaunted secondary in that game?
Yes.
He tore a new one right from the get-go. Do you remember what the Green Bay Packers running game did to that first and second level of the defense? They tore it apart. Okay? Now, I understand in the biggest of moments, Dak Prescott needs to perform the same on the same level as the greats who have been winning Super Bowls and getting their teams in position to win Super Bowls have performed. Like Stafford has performed recently, like Joe Burrow has performed recently, like Patrick Mahomes performs all the time, like Jalen Hurts performed 2 years ago. We need Dak to do that in the postseason. I get that. But here's my question. The next best alternative to Dak Prescott getting you in position to get into the postseason is what? Don't tell me it's Cooper Rush. Don't tell me it's Cooper Rush. It's not Cooper Rush. You know, the difference between backups and starters and Hall of Famers and iconic players is consistency. The consistency by which they're able to perform, not just in the postseason, but obviously in the regular season to get you to the postseason. Dak has proven that. He's proven he can do that. If you're going to start over from Dak Prescott, you should have gone ahead and probably traded CeeDee Lamb, got a bunch of draft capital, because you ain't going to just plug in somebody else to pick up where he left off and take it to another level. It's just not going to happen.
Well, I'm glad. You finished with that soliloquy that you just went on, or I call it a diatribe, because let me tell you something, Louis Riddick. The brilliant football mind that you are, it tends to intimidate most people because they know you know what the hell you're talking about. It ain't phasing me one bit. I've known for years, and I've been listening to and learning football from years, as I do all the NFL analysts. You see, I watch y'all, and I listen to what you say. You know what Louis Riddick says religiously, doggy? He talks about the regular season, but he also talks about when it really, really counts. And at some point, you got to show up.
Absolutely.
This is what Louis Riddick says. But when it comes to Dak Prescott, all of a sudden, we going to engage in selective amnesia. We ain't doing that. Let me throw some numbers by you. This is what Louis Riddick would do. This is what Louis Riddick would do. First 4 years of Dak Prescott's career, 2016 through 2019, okay? Completed, win percentage was 62.5%, okay? 2 Pro Bowl appearances, 1 playoff win in 2 starts, NFL earnings, $4.9 million. Since from 2020 to 2023, the last 4 years, doggy, he's had 1 Pro Bowl appearance, he's got 1 playoff victory, okay, and $157.4 million. So the numbers show, using Louis Riddick's, approach sometimes, because he'll do this. When I paid you, you dipped. See, when you weren't getting paid, you performed. When I paid you, you dipped. Okay? So I'm paying attention to that. I'm looking at a 2-5 postseason. Oh, no. I'll let you speak. Hold on. I'm coming to you. Ain't nobody, you ain't hiding. You ain't running. I'm coming right back to you, boy. Here's the deal, bros. Here's the deal. You got a situation where Dak Prescott has made $157.4 million. They talking about how he going to command, like the word command should be associated with him. He's going to command over $60 million. 2 playoff victories in 8 years. 8 years. Back-to-back 12-5 seasons. I get that part. 2 playoff victories in 8 years. And you in a position where you get to command, and then Louis Riddick just asked this question. All right, is he the only person that hasn't performed? No, their defense was shredded. They were in a 3-4. They were weak in their second year. We get all of that stuff, the second layer. You can run the football. You get past their front 4. You can run on them all day long. We understood that. But here's the deal. Dak Prescott didn't perform well against Green Bay. Dak Prescott didn't perform in back-to-back years against San Francisco. It ain't just Green Bay. The last several years, he had a good playoff game his first go-round when he went up against Aaron Rodgers years ago. Okay? And obviously, he beat an older Tom Brady, when his swan song was kicking in Tampa Bay. Outside of that, he hasn't been impressive in the postseason. And you gonna sit up there with a straight face and act like this man has a right to stick out his chest and command from a business perspective, because there's no tag. You can't tag him, and you can't franchise tag him. You can't trade him. From a business perspective, I understand the leverage part. But just strictly in terms of talking football on the field, the nerve that he is in a position to command anything when you have done so little when it really, really counts in the postseason, Louis Riddick.
Okay, let me ask you this. If Josh Allen were to hit the free agent market, wasn't able to be tagged, and was up for unrestricted free agency, do you think he could command whatever he wanted? Has he won any Super Bowls? Has he won any Super Bowls?
No, but he was in the AFC Championship game.
If Justin Herbert were to hit the free agent market right now, do you think he'd be able to command whatever he wanted? You think there wouldn't be teams falling all over him right now?
Yes.
And why is that? What has Justin Herbert done in the postseason? What's he done?
Time out.
What's he done?
Time out.
What's he done?
He's lost, including giving up a 27-0 lead to Jacksonville. But we also had Brandon Staley as his coach.
Okay, and it's not like anybody on this show or any other show is sitting there singing the praises of Mike McCarthy either, are they? Nope. They're not.
That's fair.
Okay?
That's fair.
So let's
That's
just say,
fair.
I always have a problem with this QB wins as a statistic thing when we know there's nuance to it. And I'm not absolving Dak Prescott of poor performances, Stephen A. I'm not doing that. Because, that'd be hypocritical, and I'm not trying to do that. I'm not trying to say he shouldn't be held accountable for some of the poor decisions that he has made in some of the biggest of moments. But I am someone who believes this. Look, when you want to talk about objectivity, look at where Dak Prescott ranked throughout the entire season last year. Week after week after week. The guy was at the top of the charts in every statistical category.
Until it counted.
You're right.
This is
you're
shameful on your part.
But there's only really one quarterback, maybe two, maybe three, who right now you could say this dude's a lock come postseason.
Louis Riddick.
One is number 15 for Kansas City.
Louis Riddick.
That's it. Who are the other guys?
The brother has been in the NFL for 8 years and hasn't gotten to an NFC championship game in 8 years.
Can I ask you a question?
In 8 years.
Can I ask you a question? Remove Patrick. Remove Patrick, okay? And I'll even say for the sake of this, let's remove Joe Burrow because Joe is considered really the next closest thing.
Well, he's in the Super Bowl. He was in the Super Bowl.
Who else? You're right. He's been to Joe Burrow. I'm talking about Joe Burrow. He's been to the Super Bowl, and he was, and he was basically one great player's play away from basically beating the LA Rams, and that was Aaron Donald.
We saw Josh Allen get into a duel with Kansas City in the playoffs as well. It certainly wasn't his fault. We've been able to look at the quarterbacks that you mentioned. I'm saying you've been able to look at Dallas and say, damn, if Dak Prescott had done X, Y, and Z, they might have had more success. You couldn't look at Buffalo with Josh Allen and say he was the reason they lost to Kansas City. You couldn't do that. You can't.
True.
That's what I'm saying. Jared Goff has been to a Super Bowl and 2 NFC championship games. That Brock Purdy just got here. We didn't know his name until a year ago. And that brother was in the Super Bowl. I mean, damn.
Yeah, but
Come
you know
on
what?
now.
No, you can't use Brock Purdy because Brock Purdy be one of those people. Don't say that he got him to the Super Bowl and then in the next breath say this is the. Then in the next, okay, would you pay Brock Purdy? Would you pay Brock Purdy $60 million?
He's going to get paid.
He's going to get paid, but I got to tell you something.
Would you pay him?
That's a no. He's hesitating, and Stephen A. never hesitates.
But he got him to a Super Bowl, Stephen A.
I want to get.
But he got him to the Super Bowl.
He'll get over $50 million. If he got 55, it's because Trevor Lawrence, Joe Burrow, and them got it.
But he got him to the Super
I'd have to
Bowl.
give him 55 because say what? Say what?
But he got him to the Super Bowl.
Well, I'm looking at Shanahan.
So doesn't that matter?
And Ayuk and
oh,
and
you mean but hold on. So what you're saying is
unit, yes.
But what you're saying is other things matter too when it comes to team
I'm not
success.
trying to say that doesn't matter with Dallas. I'm not trying to say that's not what
yes,
matters
you are.
with Dallas. No, I'm not saying that. Don't get upset with me like that.
I'm
not saying that, Louis.
You won't give Dak Prescott any leeway. You say it's all him. It's either all Dak or it's not. It's Dak's fault or it's not Dak's fault.
Louis Riddick, did you see his performance in the first half against the Green Bay Packers last year? 87 passing yards, TD, 2 interceptions, a 47.2 rating. You down 27-7 at halftime in the first playoff game after going 12-5 on the season. I mean, damn. Come on, Louis. Come on now. I'm not saying, and by the way, just for clarification, I'm not saying he's not going to get his money. I'm not saying that you don't give Dak Prescott the $55 million that Joe Burrow, Trevor Lawrence, and those guys. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is this. I don't have any problem with Dougie's position. Yo, man, I got time to pay you. Could you show up on the field and show me what you got? Under that pressure.
And if I'm Dak,
I'm going to have to pay you. Can you sweat a little bit and earn it? You understand what I'm saying? It ain't like you've been winning.
All right, Mad Dog.
Now, finally,
if I'm Dak, that's exactly what I want. I want you to wait. I want you to wait. I'm betting on me.
Here's Lewis's best point, and it's a good point. And I love Riddick. You know that. I've told you 1,000 times. Here's Lewis's best point. Where are they going without Prescott? That's his best point. He's not as good as Josh Allen. Prescott didn't even know the rule in the San Francisco game.
The coach didn't know the rule either.
Well, that's bad. And nobody's making McCarthy out to be Vince Lombardi.
Yeah.
So we understand that.
Well, he is a Super Bowl champion.
That's fair. He
has won a Super Bowl.
Has won one.
He did go to about 3 or 4 NFC championship games.
But I understand.
But he also didn't know.
Yeah, but he had the guy who you consider to be the guy who can walk on water at the position, Stephen A. So don't give him too much credit.
Well, okay, that's fine. I'm good with that.
He does love
I'm good with that.
Rodgers.
That's damn right.
He
He's
missed
a
a lot of
bad
those
man.
games, too.
Aaron Rodgers is a bad man. Absolutely. That's right.
All right, Lewis
That
is 2 on 1 right now.
point.
Yeah, of course.
If not Prescott,
Who? They don't grow on trees.
Let me close it with this one little nugget. And it's just a question, albeit rhetorical. So if I got 2 playoff victories in 8 years, why can't I simply ask the question? Yeah, you might not go 12-5. You might go 11-6 for crying out loud. You know, it's 10-7 for all I know. I don't know. What I'm saying to you is this. Why can't I look at Dak Prescott and the potential successor to him? I'm simply asking the question, can they win me 2 playoff games in 8 years? How come I can't do that?